Skoda every Monday 11 a.m.
Hello everyone, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. You know, we live in a day today, a lot of chaos, a lot of turmoil, a lot of stress and frustration. Yeah, I don't have to tell you why or how it's affecting you, what's going on, but I do want to remind you that we have a choice whether to have a good day or bad day. We can decide whether to smile, frown, be mad and angry, or just joyous for the things that we do have in this world. And a lot of us have trouble focusing on what we call our inner peace. You know, a little thing inside of us, our happy place. Now, you have a happy place, I have a happy place. Sometimes we lose ideas or we lose focus on what keeps us happy and satisfied. We're always looking at the negative. Let me tell you a little something. Now, and you dated, boy, I'm getting tongue-tied quite a bit today, but we're constantly being bombarded with negative energy. And we get that from the TV, of course. And don't get me wrong, it's okay to watch a little bit of TV, a little bit of news, a little bit of comedy, a little bit of drama, but not too much of all of it, because it does affect us. Even too much happy stuff can affect us from reality. So we need to find that inner peace. We need to find, what do we call, not just peace, but we need to find exactly that little something that brings balance. And like I said, we can listen to negative stuff, positive stuff, humorous stuff, serious stuff, and it's okay to do all of that, but we need to have a balance. And when we lose that balance, we become lopsided. That's probably why we have so many people, so much left and so much right. We have to find that neutral balance. And it's okay sometimes to go a little further left or a little further right. But deep down inside, we need to find out who we are. Because when you and I don't know who we are, what we stand for, what's our purpose in this world, that's right, we're doing ourselves and people around us quite an injustice. Quite an injustice, because how can someone trust you or me if we don't know who you and me are? How can people follow us if we constantly get off teeter-totter and off track ourselves in our own world? And yes, I get there. I get off focus as much as anyone else does. But I do choose to be happy most days. In fact, every day. But there are times, sickness and illness, unknown, job certainty, all those things that of course affect me as they do you. But I choose to be optimistic. Optimistic that things are going to go well. And probably because I have faith in God and I believe that He wants us to have a good life. Not saying there will be challenges, and we know that, and we have to accept that, but He's going to help us get through them so we can grow and be an example to other people. I strongly believe that. Yeah, I cannot explain why certain people are dying or you live in a certain area and there's so much violence going on. I don't know. I really don't have a clue. You don't know. I don't know. And that's another point, too. We hear about this pandemic going on, and the news changes, well, not just daily. It depends what station you're listening to, but often every other hour. Because they don't know, you don't know, I don't know what this all entails. It's a new area, a new ground for all of us, a new training ground. It's not a pretty one. So we can all have our opinions, and it should be based on facts the way that we know it, but we can't just say for certain things are going to happen a certain way. All we can do is give our advice, our recommendations, what we think is going to happen, but sometimes we're not 100% correct. It's usually no fault of our own, of course not. We never make mistakes. But we only know what we know, and sometimes we have to admit we don't know what we don't know. And that's all part of our inner peace. When we find our purpose and realize who we are, where we're getting our energy from, then we could be better leaders, at least happy and comfortable with ourselves. Because too many of us are not comfortable in our own bodies, our own skin. Too fat, too skinny, too white, too black, too crooked teeth, whatever it is, a beard. A lot of us are not comfortable in our skin. And if you and I cannot be comfortable who we are, that means we're missing that inner peace that I'm talking about. How do we get that? First of all, I believe God Almighty gives us a chance to pray, time to meditate, time to perpetuate the good things in our life. That's so important. We need to feed our brains, energy with positive influences, books, videos, talking to the right people, mentorships. And I talk about that a lot. To become a good leader, you need to have a good mentor. And thankfully, I've had some good mentors in my life help me along my path and my journey, what's going on. And I'm looking for new mentors in different areas so I can grow. And let me bring that up real quick. Too many of us, myself included sometimes, stubborn. We know it all. We don't need to grow. We know enough already. Once we get out of that stupid mindset that we know it all, and we open up our minds to what could be, what should be, what else is out there. Yeah, you know where I'm going with this. It brings new perspective to our lives, new perspective to our worlds. Even if we have negative people in our life, you and I can choose how much negativity we allow in. And when we open up our minds, sure, something might have went great for you for the last 10 years. Okay, like meetings, for instance. I'm a Toastmaster. I've been a Toastmaster 7 years. They've been going great in person forever and ever. I know how to do it all. I've been up and down the chain, all the leadership roles. Today's new world. Now we're doing it virtually. Sure, I'm comfortable in front of a camera, but holding meetings with people who are not comfortable in front of a camera and using a certain platform that most of us are not accustomed to, that's a whole new set of challenges. And yes, I was stubborn and maybe still am a little bit. Like, I know it, don't need to tell me anything. And the problem with that, not so much me saying, I need to keep that inside. I know what's going on. I don't need to voice that because other people around me see that negativity. They'll see that brushing off from me and my attitude, and some of them may do the same. We lead by example. Whether we're telling someone what to do or not, people watch. And people can sense if we're negative. People can sense if we're positive. Now, we're all going to have those off days, those bad days. We're going to say something wrong. We're going to come across wrong. And we may not even know it. And that's why we should start off each day asking forgiveness before we even go out in the real world from Almighty God Himself. And don't be afraid to ask forgiveness from anyone, any time or day. And maybe just because you know you did something wrong, you also ask forgiveness anyways. But every now and then someone's going to ask you, well, what are you apologizing for? Or what are you asking forgiveness for? And that becomes an issue because we should have a clue what's going on. Now, too many of us just expect the other person to understand why we're mad, why we're angry, why there's a misunderstanding. Sometimes, yeah. But more often than not, we're all focused or stuck in our own world or our own mind. We don't see what's going on around us. Like I said, I'm guilty of this all the time. I don't see how other people are affected by what I'm doing or what I'm saying all the time. So it's okay. It's expected to tell someone, hey, knucklehead, I'm here right now. And why'd you say that? Or why'd you do that? Or why'd you forget something? I forget those things, and I have to be reminded, and we need to do that to each other. It's not a bad thing to be reminded if we made a mistake or forgot something. And the more we're being reminded that, maybe we'll make less mistakes. Maybe we won't forget as often as we do. Now, I understand we don't want to offend anyone. We don't want to make them angry. We don't want them to walk out, all those things. So we're sometimes less than honest, you could say, less than real. Hey, I'm preaching to the choir. I'm just telling you, these are things that affect me and I understand. But let's get back to where all this all started. We need to find that inner peace. We do not need to wake up angry and upset at the world, whether we're having a virus out there, a shooting, violence, government's going crazy, our neighbors are whack, whatever it is. You and I don't need to fall into that trap. We are better than that. We were created more intelligent than that. Don't let things and people bring you down. If you're not smiling, it's up to you. And I understand you could be in an abusive home relationship or uncertainty of your job or even where to live. And I know people who are struggling with some of those issues right now as we speak. And I can't answer or help out everyone. But I'm going to tell you one thing that we need to do. And this is something I'm learning more and more. Lend an ear. Just listen. We don't have to answer or fix everything. People just want to be heard. People want to be listened to and respected. You and I can do that. You and I can listen. You and I can show respect, compassion, empathy. We can do that because there comes a time we want someone to listen to us. There comes a time when we're going to have an issue. We're down and out. That we're not feeling all the positive energy around us. And you know how it is. It's almost a tit for tat world. Well, why would I listen to you? You never listen to me. I'm asking you, today could be the first day of the rest of your life, which it is, by the way. Be the first one to say good morning. How are you? And listen. Sure, we have some people take up too much of our time with gossip and other things. And please keep that to a minimum. We need positive energy, especially today. We need to wake up with a reason to live. We need to wake up with a purpose. We need to wake up. Wake up. Find that peace. Find that neutral ground. Not too far, not too left. Find the positive energy. Like I said, we can have a little drama in our lives. A lot of humor, I hope. At least I like that. And news, which is mostly negative. So we can have a little bit of that as long as we're well balanced. But if you and I aren't strong in who we are, our own skin, our own beliefs, we're messing up. We're screwing up. We could be better than all of that. You and I need to stop blaming everyone else in the world for the way we're feeling. You're feeling how you're feeling because you want to feel that way. Or if you can't think of anything good today, think of the last time you had a good experience. Probably wasn't your birthday because we're getting older. But think of a positive experience and try to bring that into light now. But when you walk outside the door, look for a tree, look for a flower, something you can smell, something you can touch, something you can appreciate. And keep the negativity aside. We're going to get idiots driving down the road with loud music or speeding down the road, and that frustrates me quite a bit. Or people in housing, the music too loud, or they're just screaming across, especially apartments or condos, people not paying attention to their neighbors. Hey, that's going to happen, but don't you be one of them. You can be on the, what do they say, on the higher ground, the higher road, take the different avenue and be the respectful one. Anyways, this is In the Office with Joseph Skoda. I encourage you strongly, find that inner peace. Quite frankly, not just you, but the whole world is dependent upon you and I being comfortable in who we are and our positive energy, of course. Once again, In the Office with G.I. Joe Skoda, over and out. Bye.
Experience. 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio. Revolution Radio 2, Rhythm Vision, Westgate Resorts Las Vegas, The Giving Water, Whalers Creation, The Funk Jam, Tattoo Society, GG Chic, Las Vegas Entertainment, Fantasy at Luxor, Action Shot Productions. Ask us to learn more how to be part of our affiliate today. As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
You have 20 shows a week, live stream.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be seen by your target market for as low as $200 a month.
That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations.
Let us promote and advertise your event, giving your venue the red carpet treatment. This platform allows venues that feature entertainment, singers, bands, DJs, comedy, fashion, corporate events, and family events to be showcased in a new direction that also involves your audiences starts at $200 an hour. We also provides video editing, website builder, commercial video for your business, music videos, photography, provided by our affiliates. As we build our community, we pay it forward. Our nonprofit organization GI Connections is all about giving back to our community. Join us create outreach programs to help our community and live a happy, peaceful, and unity. Let us bring the world to you.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provides.
Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Hey, you like my office? Looks like I'm in a prison right now, or jail cell, or some kind of cave somewhere. Anyways, have you ever been in a haunted house, or wanted to, or walked through a cemetery late at night, or just go in maybe a mortuary, trying to figure out what's going on in there? A lot of us do these things during the daytime, or with at least a bunch of friends around, where we try to look for the unknown. We hear the rumors about different things that we should be afraid of, should be scared of. Well, today my question to you is, what are you afraid of? What are you afraid of? Are you afraid of those caves? Are you afraid to walk in the cemetery at night? Are you afraid of the mortuaries? How about clowns? Yes, clowns. You know what I'm talking about. The ones with the red noses and big feet. Now, I have a red nose. I don't seem to have it with me at the moment. But the thing is, a lot of us are afraid of things we don't understand. It's usually the fear of the unknown. And a lot of us, quite frankly, are afraid of public speaking. Hard enough in front of a video, let alone a live audience. Why do we fear these things? Are we born? Do we grow up being afraid of everything around us? or is it something we learn later on in life? Now, I know when I joined the military, it was a little different time. I was encouraged to. People said, hey, good for you. We're proud of you. You'll do a great job. But today, I think those children, let's face it, children, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 years old, they're kids. They're immature. Most of them are. And even the ones that are all in, like joining the military, I think that they may have family members or friends talking them out of it. Now, I understand we have a lot of, a lot of activity in the world, a lot of unknown. Terrorism is at an all-time high. Threats against Americans seem to be at an all-time high. This coronavirus right now is definitely an all-time high. And I totally can understand. You don't want your kids to be exposed to something that could hurt them or worse yet, kill them. I totally get it, and respect that for the most part. But most kids, hopefully, they decide on college or they decide the military or trade school or something, and they did their own research and their own thought process. And they usually ask people. It might have been a recruiter, might have read a book or someone doing something similar to what they want to do themselves. So why do we talk them out of it when they've done their research? Don't you think you and I should just be words of wisdom when asked? When asked. Not everyone wants to hear our opinion. Sneak it in there if you can from time to time. But I'm not really here to talk about the military and going to college per se, but I am talking about entrepreneurship. Too many of us have big dreams when we're younger. We're going to open up auto detail shop, our own sub sandwich shop, our own manufacturing of suitcases, whatever it is. We have big dreams as kids. In addition to those jobs, doctor, lawyer, fireman, cowboy, Indian, all of those things too, which are extremely exciting, especially when you're a kid and you're allowed to dream. When you're a child, you're expected to fantasize a little bit, expected to dream a little bit, expected to think about what if? Why can't I? We're even told if you want to be the president of the United States one day, you can be. So why does that often change when we get older? When we get in our 20s after our first, second, third job, or second, third, fourth relationship, whatever that is, and we're not allowed to dream anymore. We've been beat up a few times, we've been knocked down. What do they say? You walk 2 steps ahead and 1 back, or however that works. And when we get beat up, we often beat up those around us or discourage them from going after their own dreams, their own goals, their own desires. I can understand that. I joined the military. In fact, I had my oldest son just before my 20th birthday. Now, that should be illegal. That should be illegal even to get married at that early age, let alone having children. But it wasn't. I love both of my sons very much, and different. One was born in the Philippines, and one was born in the state of Maine. Totally opposite ends of the spectrum. But that's where my journey took me, to different places. Now, one of them joined the military, and one of them's doing something else with their lives. And though, hey, of course I wanted maybe different things for both of them, but they're happy where they are. For the most part, we can all use a little bit extra money, of course, but they have a deep down entrepreneur spirit that I try to encourage them to go out and live life on their own and do the what if. Go for the gusto. Now they're both still young and immature, but my younger one, who actually has a family of his own, he is working entrepreneur spirit and trying to figure out different things that he could do when the time comes. Look for those multiple streams of income. And my other son, he's content where he is and likes his job, likes his coworkers for the most part, and is constantly striving just to better himself where he is. Okay, two opposite ends of the spectrum. One has a little entrepreneur mindset, has a good secure job, and the other one just wants to work up the corporate ladder per se the best that he can. Does it matter? No. I'm not going to discourage either one of them, but I am going to encourage additional streams of income. I am going to encourage building up your self-worth just in case you need to change jobs or move up in your own company. The whole idea when we're building our self-worth, and that's basically working our self-network, get other things going on, we're more valuable to an employer. We're more valuable to ourselves. We're more valuable to the opposite sex. So how do we build up our self-worth? Well, obviously, it's usually an education of some sorts. You get education formal in a university or college system somewhere, or even a trade school. I mean, if you're a good welder, auto mechanic, or chemist, or any of those other things, those are big money makers. Even truck drivers make some really good money and resources. So you develop those skills. Even if you don't intend to be a welder your whole life or forklift driver, at least learn those skills. It could be extra pay on the side, or it could give you a stipend where you are now, give you just a little extra because of your know-how, because of your knowledge. Now, sure, we want to learn things from our elders or someone who's been there, done that, and get those skills that way. But we also don't be afraid to be an entrepreneur. Don't be afraid to go after your dreams. Don't be afraid to be an affiliate marketer and peddle someone else's goods and services, provided you believe in them, provided you use them, and provided you believe that it can help improve someone's life. So when you and I are working on things, whether entrepreneurship or going back to school or even content at our own jobs, we should be doing it with the mindset that this is not just good for us, but we're doing a service to others. We're giving back something that someone needs. Obviously, if you're a mechanic, you're giving back hopefully a vehicle in better condition than it came to you. Same as a welder, welding things back to forklift driver, putting things up in the warehouse, medical doctor, lawyers too, there's a good purpose for them, and entrepreneurs. The whole idea is to continue to work on what you have to do to build that self-worth. Because as we're building our self-worth, we're worth more. We're more valuable, not just to a potential employer, but to ourselves. And like I said, the opposite sex. You want to attract someone? Yeah, the good looks and charm and staying in great shape goes a long way. Be smart about your decisions in life. Be smart about who you hang around with. Be smart in what activities you partake in. Be smart in who do you get your wisdom from? Who do you follow? Because everyone watches what we do. We can say things all day long out of our mouth, but people pay attention to what we're doing, not necessarily what we say all the time. Hopefully our young children still listen to what we say, but as they get older and experience in their own right, they want to know what you and I are really doing. If we're walking the walk and talking the talk, or we're just blowing smoke up their butts. Anyways, it's up to you and I to be the best that we can be all the time. Work at an entrepreneurship spirit that you really have, and don't let anyone take that away from you. Continue to build upon your own self-worth. You have yourself a great day. Look out the social media shows and tell us what your self-worth is and how we can help motivate you to be bigger and better than you ever were before. Have yourself a great day, because quite frankly, That's the only they should choose to have. No reason to be negative. We have too much negativity in this world. Don't you be one of the naysayers. Be one of positive influence. Be one of wisdom. Be one leading the way. Be one to take advice from those who are making a difference in this world. And be one of those people making a difference. We have a lot of followers already, and that's okay. But you and I were created for more than just following someone else. You and I were created to be the best that we can be. See you later. Bye.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provide.
Want your own radio show?
Radio show?
Radio show?
Join the team.
Join the team.
Join the team.
223-223.
223. Take over Vegas Radio.
Take over Vegas Radio.
TakeOverVegasRadio.com.
Thank you to our affiliates who trusted and hold us by the hand. We truly appreciate your support and we are looking forward to a longer relationships. GI Connections, VIP Vacations, James Presley Recording Studio, Power X Energy Drinks, Moke Experience, 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio, Revolution Radio 2, Rhythm Vision, Westgate Resorts Las Vegas, The Giving Water, Whalers Creation, The Funk Jam, The Iron Monk Tattoo Society, GG Chic, Las Vegas Entertainment, Fantasy at Luxor, Action Shot Productions. Ask us to learn more how to be part of our affiliate today.
Hello everyone, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Today I want to talk to you a little bit about, well, I'm not here to talk to you a little bit about nothing. I'm here to ask a question. Why are we so quick to judge other people? Let me put on my cool glasses. Maybe because we think we're super cool and we can do that, we can judge who we want to judge. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about handicap. A little bit about disabilities, a little about people parking in those handicap zones in shopping centers, all these malls, and people having service dogs to get from point A to point B and do what they have to do. Some people do take advantage of the system. Absolutely they do. We have a lot of people who maybe their parents are disabled or they're taking their parents' car and parking in those handicapped spots. Does that happen? You damn right that happens. And that's a horrible thing that a lot of people do. But on another note, there are people that seem okay, that can still walk, may have a limp, may not have a limp, may appear to be normal, that also have handicap plates or handicap placards in their car, and they're parking in these zones. And some of them may have service dogs or animals. They're mostly dogs. And too many of us, we don't see that. If they're not limping, if they're not struggling, we think they're okay. I have a disabled plate on my car, and there's a reason for it. It's not obvious to most people, but there's a reason for it. And don't you dare judge me or try to point that out. Because every one of us has a challenge or a struggle in our life. And some of us have more challenges than others. Okay, that happens. We need to stop judging other people. If someone's taking advantage of the system, lying, cheating, and stealing, and you know it, call them out. If you're one of those taking advantage of the system, stop it. There are people that need those handicap spots. And one thing I really, really, really hate, why does everyone in the world think they need a service animal? Sure, animals are great. They help calm down our nerves, our stress, our anxiety. Damn right they do. And they're great. But they don't need to go with you to the shopping center every time you go. They don't need to be in the park every time you go somewhere. They don't need to be around other people when you're walking down the street. We do not need to bring our animals everywhere. There are some of us that kind of do, and I know that. And how many service dogs do you need? 3, 4, 5? You don't. And here I am asking you not to be too quick to judge, because sometimes we're bringing judgment upon ourselves. The appearance of taking advantage of the system, the appearance of doing something wrong, the appearance that we're lying, cheating, and stealing. You and I need to be on the up and up and, clear about what we're doing. We need people to be able to seeing that we're genuine if we have an issue. Now, I have no doubt in my mind that you might have some issues, because I do, and everyone I know has an issue or a challenge from time to time. But there are people parking those handicapped spots that you and I cannot see the disability or the challenges that they have. And we're just judging and saying, "Oh, you don't have no right to be there. That's stupid." Stop that nonsense. Stop that nonsense. Unless we know they're obviously doing something wrong, and that's a hard one to prove. Stop judging other people. That's why people have road rage, a key in their car, flat tires, because they made a poor decision on someone and someone else has to have revenge, right? We don't want to be called out, especially if we're in the right. Often we have a resentment on our shoulder, and sometimes revenge happens. It is what it is. All of us have struggles, and it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to point out, tell your neighbor, "Hey, I need an extra foot here in the driveway so I can get in and out because of whatever." And please, if you can, make those adaptations or consideration for people who are really struggling, because we're all really struggling sometimes. And some of us have to struggle almost all the time. You don't have to be in your 60s, 70s, 80s, or 90s to be living, or your hip hurts or back pain. For instance, arthritis can happen in your 20s and even your teens. Sure, arthritis isn't normally a disability to get older, because your aches and pains get worse and worse, but it still disables you in a way. A lot of people have trouble. They can't move their fingers properly. Or what about Asperger's or some other stuff? There's a lot of things out there. Quite frankly, I still believe a lot of our illnesses is caused by our processed foods that we eat. If we have everything's processed, and most of our fast food's all processed, and everything out of a can's processed, and even you look at a bottle of ketchup, half of it's sugar. It's It's not all tomatoes. I don't know who told you that. It's mostly sugar. Look it up. You and I need to stop judging everyone. We need to be lifting up. We need to be smiling. We need to laugh at people who are a little off-centered and figure things out. But what's wrong with helping someone across the street if they have trouble walking? What's wrong with helping someone up and in and out of their vehicle? What's wrong with that? Nothing. Now, here's something else I want to bring up. Too many people think it's okay to take up 2, 3, 4 parking spots. Why do you think you can do that? Do you have an expensive car or a big truck? Okay, if you have that big truck or camper, don't park up front, park way in the back and take up 2 spots if you can. You don't bring those big vehicles into small shopping centers and especially park up front and take up so much parking space. How dare you do that? You don't park as hard as it is. Are you looking for accidents, someone to scrape into your truck or car so you could claim it on your insurance or sue them? Yeah, you know what I'm talking about. Stop that. How dare you raise our taxes and insurance because you're going to park a big vehicle up front and you know someone's going to hit you? How dare you? And don't you take up all those parking spots. Some people really need them. There are people with disabilities that you and I cannot always see. And they need to be closer up front. Come on. Slow down in neighborhoods. We don't need to speed. We don't. Sure, we have a nice car. We want to light it up every now and then. Sure, we do. Time and place for that. Time and place for everything. Stop judging others because their hair looks funny, because they have a twitch, because, I don't know, some of the traditions they have. Yeah, don't get me wrong. No one needs to come into our country and tell us how to live our lives. Don't you dare let that ever happen. You and I need to stand up for the values of the American people, what we're built upon. Absolutely. But we don't need to put someone down because we don't agree. We don't need to make someone feel uncomfortable because we think they're off the rocker. They may be off the rocker, but why do we get off of our rocker sometimes? Misinformation, someone telling us that how we're supposed to act and feel, cultural differences, what our parents told us. Please, you and I are smarter than all of that. Smarter. We have the internet to look up stuff. There's a lot of things going around about Nancy Pelosi right now, and I don't like the woman whatsoever, and I hope she's out of office as soon as possible. But there's lies being said about her, just like President Trump. There's lies being spread that are not true. Stop sharing and spreading things you don't know if it's true or not. And even if you do know it's true, why do you want to hurt someone? Why do you want to hurt someone? Elect someone new the next go around. Vote for someone different. Bring your ideas, your issues up through proper channels. Don't share and spread dirt on people. You want someone to spread and share dirt on you? Every one of us has a past. Every one of us had our challenges. Every one of us has made horrible mistakes. If it's not life and death, try to let it go. Try to let it go. It's not easy. Life is not easy. But darn it, you and I need to stop spreading hate. You and I need to stop disrespecting one another. You and I need to stop assuming someone's okay if they say they're not. Stop. Please stop judging people. Judge me because my nose is a little crooked? It is a little crooked. There's a story behind that. One I'd rather not talk about. I'll tell you a more exciting story than the real one. All of us got something about us. I'm begging you to please stop judging each other. Doesn't matter too much, our upbringings. If we share love, a smile, uplift. But we'll tell you one thing. Don't let anyone take advantage of you. Be respectful out there. You've been in the office with Joseph Skoda, and those are my points for today. Let's show some more love, some more respect, some more understanding. If someone's cheating the system, call them out, turn them in, do all that. But we don't need to spread all that stuff over social media. Do things through proper channels. And I'm begging you, don't judge someone if you don't know their story and their situation. Have yourself a great day now. Join a show like social media shows and others and tell us your story. Life's too short and we want to hear what some of the ideas that you have. Have fun now. Life is good. Bye.
John is an employee at one of the most famous firms in the city of New York, so his job is very hectic, and he realized that it is necessary for him to go and finally take a vacation. But he went on a vacation without planning out the details, and wasn't able to truly enjoy where he went because he had to think about so many things that he didn't plan for. Instead of enjoying his time away from work, he came back with more stress that he was not able to take full advantage of his vacation. But this year, a coworker suggested him to try World Ventures this time to make his vacationing more enjoyable and less stressful. They do not require you to plan anything outside of your transportation, which is also available at discounted rates. Your stay, your transport, and many meals are planned by the club. John liked the idea very much. He tries World Ventures, and his experience with the club was amazing, as he made many friends there with whom he had a great time. John recommends that everyone should try this club, as they are the best in business. See how the VIP-vacation-club.com can give you the right experience without all the hassle. Enjoy the VIP experience that only World Ventures provides.
Social media shows network were initiated in 2017. Since then, our founder Maria Pereza never stopped developing a system on social media in building a network of passionate people that loves to entertain, coach, help others, and deliver informative information to the public, informally, in a low-cost production. She built a platform that surpassed Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and other social media live streaming, but exceeded the function of a podcast. Her main goal is to be able to broadcast on social media like a traditional TV setup involving a group of broadcasters, YouTubers, podcasters, and social media live streamers. Maria is building the confidence of non-actors and non-famous people that joins her to network. We are here to promote and support one another, to help our community grow collectively without inhibitions but with confidence and high self-esteem. We love to be in this family together. Our door is open to help you build your brand, opening opportunities for others, and outreach to our community. We welcome you to the family of social media shows.
Thank you to our affiliates who trusted and hold us by the hand. We truly appreciate your support and we are looking forward to a longer relationships. GI Connections, VIP Vacations, James Presley Recording Studio, Power X Energy Drinks, Moke Experience, 22.3 Takeover Vegas Radio, Revolution Radio 2, Rhythm Vision, Westgate Resorts Las Vegas, The Giving Water, Whalers Creation, The Funk Jam, The Iron Monk Tattoo Society, GG Chic, Las Vegas Entertainment, Fantasy at Luxor, Action Shot Productions. Ask us to learn more how to be part of our affiliate today. As we continue to grow and build a brand, social media shows continue to develop and discover new possibilities to help one another. Our affordable services will help us move to the next level of our journey. Host your own show to inspire or entertain others for as low as $150 per month.
We have 20 shows a week, live stream.
We are looking for sponsors. We showcase your business products and services on our network to be seen by your target market for as low as $200 a month.
That's 2 percentage points short of reaching critical mass, which will lead to faster results. We have 20 plus shows with a reach of over 80,000. We'll give you commercial ads, website link, and connections to nonprofit organizations.
Let us promote and advertise your event, giving your venue the red carpet treatment. This platform allows venues that feature entertainment, singers, bands, DJs, comedy, fashion, corporate events, and family events to be showcased in a new direction that also involves your audiences starts at $200 an hour. We also provides video editing, website builder, commercial video for your business, music videos, photography, provided by our affiliates. As we build our community, we pay it forward. Our nonprofit organization GI Connections is all about giving back to our community. Join us create outreach programs to help our community and live a happy, peaceful, and unity. Let us bring the world to you.
Hello, everyone. You're in the office with Joe Skoda, G.I. Joseph Skoda. Joseph Skoda, Dr. Skoda, all that stuff. It doesn't matter my titles right now, but you're in the office. You get to listen to me for a while. Now, look, I'm wearing a color I don't wear very often. I like red. I look good in red. If I'm wearing a flag or something, I do. And if I'm bragging about the Ohio State Buckeyes, a little bit of gray and red, I sure do. But I want to talk to you a little bit about pride and why so many people around the United States wear red, especially on Fridays. On Fridays, we wear red. It stands for Remember Everyone Deployed. Remember Everyone Deployed, which mostly means our military members. We do have civilians doing that also, but we have people on every continent in the world trying to defend our rights and freedoms or help out our allies in one way or another. But it's real important. They're going to places sometimes they didn't ask to go. Hopefully they got the training they're supposed to have, but often they're uncertain about what to expect or even when they're going to come home. Now, my son's just taken off for his 4th deployment in his Air Force career, and it gets harder and harder as your kids start growing up and you want to be there with your families. I get it. I've had so many deployments through my career, so it's taken a toll on him a little bit. And I know it causes a little stress, anxiety, even post-traumatic stress disease, PTSD. A lot of us are affected with when we go, not so much one time, but when you continuously go to different places, and it just wears on you because you're missing out back at home. Now, I'm very proud of my son for joining the Air Force and following his dad's footsteps, and even proud of my other son, even though he's not in the Air Force or military, but he's serving in his own way. And that's important. That's one of the things we learn in the military is how to serve. Now, quite frankly, if I had the powers to be, I would make everyone leaving high school a mandatory 3 years in the military. Not 1 year, not 2, but 3. It takes a year and a half to even be properly trained on anything. So I believe if you do those 3 years, you should be entitled to certain entitlements, health care, whatever it is. And the longer you put in, or at least toward retirement, then your benefits should be even greater. Even greater. Now, I understand the military is not for everyone. College is not for everyone. Trade school is not for everyone. But everyone needs to do something. Everyone needs to have a purpose in their life. And sure, a lot of us start off in fast food restaurants, and unless your goal is to manage or own the restaurant one day, after a year or two, it's time to move on and do something else and grow your skills. But wherever you're working, make sure you appreciate it, do the best you can, ask a lot of questions, and grow that way. And people who work at those jobs too, if they're going to school trying to better themselves. But why do people get stuck there? It's because of the entitlement crap that we put out there. Now, if someone joins the military, they learn respect. They learn how to do something, a specific trade. They customs and courtesy seats? Yes, I am. Yes, sir. Can I help you? Certain things that not everyone does or thinks they even need to know these days. That's freaking ridiculous. All of our people supporting our freedoms and our rights all around the world, and you're here in America making fun of our flag and our way of life when our military members are doing the best to give you a right to even vote. We can vote in our country. Not every country has that privilege. We're allowed to vote, regardless if we vote for a knucklehead or the most brainiac person or somebody just doesn't have a clue. Hopefully, we minimize those people we vote for, but we have the right and privilege to do so. There are a lot of dictatorships, and worse than that, the socialism in society that really tears apart things. Making it fair for everyone. It is fair for everyone. You can go and learn a new skill, whether it's in college or be an intern somewhere and say, hey, show me how to work on that car. Show me how to do some welding. Show me. We are not necessarily have to get paid to learn a new skill or have to pay them. Let's get rid of our egos. Let's get rid of our my entitlement mentality. Let's get rid of pride. Not this pride. But once we let that stuff go and really use our minds to focus and learn about other people, other situations, to make our life better, to make our world a better place, to make the United States safer. Hey, whether you like President Trump or not, he's done some really great things. It brought more jobs than we've had in decades or so to our country. And that's what I'm going to say about that. And whoever comes after him, hopefully they continue that and becomes even bigger and better than ever before. But I hear a lot of people complaining about everything, complaining about homelessness, complaining about medical bills, complaining about jobs or not jobs from people who do not even vote. How dare you tell me what you're going to do or your opinion if you don't even have the gumption to vote and that's your privilege? How dare you? And another thing is, if you're not an American citizen, you don't get a vote, period. You do not get a vote. Why would you? Why would you think so? And why would you think you could just come across their borders and expect Social Security or welfare or a free place to live? There's a process for that. There's a system we have put into place to vet certain people, and we let lots of people in every year, legally, doing it the right way. Those of us fighting for the rights in the United States of America want to keep the rights for American citizens. Still can be land of free, home of the brave, but you have to come across the right way. Have to do things the right way. Have to follow the books. Have to follow the rules. And that's something we learn in the military. We normally have a checklist for everything. You can't even open an office building without a checklist. Okay, you put the key in, turn the light on. Here's how you do the coffee pot. I know that's maybe a little over-exaggerated, but we have checklists. We have points and balances put into place for almost everything we do. It's to ensure that we're safe, we're not screwing up, not doing anything bad. And one thing I like about the military, which I do not see much in the civilian world, if you're driving a bus, a truck, even a car in some cases, and you have to back up, you normally have a spotter to ensure you don't run into anything, to ensure that you don't back into something. Now, I see all the time people driving buses and trucks all over the world and just backing, and yeah, you get good over time, but there's still a chance of hitting something or someone. Yeah, the military is not for everyone, but don't disrespect those who are serving so you and I can act stupid. Don't make fun of those or make fun of our flag that's putting protection over us and telling the world Up yours. We're Americans. Not that we can do what we want to do, but you need to stop taking advantage of us. Stop taking advantage of Americans. Why? We're cutting funding all across the world because, quite frankly, because all the money we've been sending to these other countries, it's been taken away from the benefits we have on our own. And by supporting illegals or illegal activity or even criminals in prison, that's taking away money we can put in healthcare or at least the infrastructure we have in our country. We're losing the battle if you and I don't vote properly. And if you and I don't continuously support our soldiers, sailors, airmen, Marines, Space Force in the future, all around the world. Because we're in this together. We're going to make mistakes in leadership. We're going to make mistakes at the bottom level. We're human. So we do our best to elect the right people, train the right people for further leadership development, of course, and we're all growing. It's okay to make a mistake. We just have to know how to fix it, ask forgiveness, and move on. It's real important we do not erase our history in our United States, and we see it all the time, statues coming down, 10 Commandments coming out of museums and city halls, important things. And regardless of your nationality, creed, color, all that stuff, it's all part of our history that needs to be known and out there. We don't need to keep throwing it down people's throat, anything. But it needs to be available for each and every one of us to review, to research, to appreciate. To appreciate. Don't make me feel bad because of who I am. How dare you? And I'm not going to make you feel bad or try to tear you down for who you are. You and I need to have a higher purpose. Hopefully it's God Almighty. But you and I need to have a purpose to serve, to help, to share, to lift people up. This time, I'm wearing red, remember everyone deployed. Even though Ohio Buckeyes, and I'm an Ohio Buckeye inside and out. But there are more important things than you and I. It's those who are serving you and I. And we need to love on them. We need to appreciate them. We need to not make them feel guilty for making a decision to serve with pride and honor. And how dare you come here and say, well, you don't have no medical problems, so why are you here? Or how dare someone want to ask for a military discount at 10%? What's that, a free Coke? And you deny them? How freaking dare you do that? Don't you dare. You need to appreciate what we have. Keep the pride going. Keep serving for us American citizens. Not disrespecting the other citizens. I never said that. Never say that. We need to respect each other. And we need to just help one another in and out and keep things legal on the up and up. Sure, there's always going to be closed door meetings and some things you and I do not need to know about. I think that caused a lot of problems in the past where the government, or worse yet, the media, would say, oh, we're having a super secret mission going on next Wednesday at 2 o'clock. Are you freaking killing me? Are you kidding me? Those kind of conversations can be read years later after the wars, the conflict, the issues are finished with. You and I do not need to know everything at that moment. It puts our military men and women in harm's way. Harm's way. You and I just need to be patient and expect and pray that everything's going to be okay. You and I know people in the military. Whether you join or not, you and I know people like that. And we need to thank them each and every day for what they do. We do not make much money by any means. It's kind of a joke sometimes. So we take a little bit more pride. And when we come out and try to get medical care or education or maybe help with housing, we earned it. Don't you dare take it away from us. We earned it. Anyways, I salute all of those. Remember, everyone deployed. Red. Have yourself a great day. Once again, you're in the office with Joseph Skoda. Have fun now.